Hey guys, welcome to day 2 of the Chicago Auto Show. It's of course me and my man.
Hey, it's Nathan. How you doing?
And right now we're down here in the FCA booth, specifically the Mopar part of FCA. Because Nathan?
Because we're about to see the unveiling of the 17 Mopar Challenger, and it's happening right behind us. They're actually talking about it, so we're going to bring the camera on over there right after.
We tell you what it is. What is it, Nathan?
Okay, it's now there's two different ones. There are two different colors, a run of 80 each. It's a really limited production, and the reason why is because this is celebrating the 80th year of Mopar. So what they're doing is they took a really cool looking Challenger and they put a manual transmission in it. It only comes in a manual, which is super cool. Different wheels, different interior, different paint on the outside, a lot of hand painted components throughout the vehicle, shaker hood, and it's all there, and you're going to see it in just a minute.
Yeah, so of course all the manufacturers do these special editions, but Mopar is kind of taken it to an art form, whether it's a Jeep under the SCA brand, right? Jeep does a lot of special editions, or whether it's muscle cars like the Challenger and the Charger. And basically it's a way to engage the enthusiasts, the fans of Mopar, and it's a way to sell more product by providing a very unique vehicle. And Americans have been doing it
for forever.
Yeah.
Now with this Mopar vehicle, you also get a special certificate, and you get a whole bunch of other swag that comes with the car. And the whole purpose is 80 vehicles in each color, only 2 colors, 160 vehicles. That's a really limited run.
I remember we were at their proving grounds in Chelsea, Nathan, and they did the same thing with one of their trucks.
That's right.
You remember that?
Yeah. And you know, it's cool because you know a lot of people out there are collectors, or people want to be collectors. So why not have a car you can drive every day, collect, that type of thing.
And if you've been following these live videos, you'll know that this show is all about kind of special editions. We started the coverage by showing you guys the midnight edition of the Nissan vehicles.
Almost everything they have that are cars.
And Chevy here, the video is being uploaded to TFL Truck right now, so if you go to Truck in the next hour or so, you'll see it. Chevy has done a Redline edition of all their vehicles. Basically, it's a murdered out vehicle, so that's really popular right now. Murdered out just means everything's black. Yeah, like here, let me show you. So, trim's black. This is murdered out, but the trim would be black. The trim around here would be black. Actually, this is pretty murdered out. Black too. The wheels would be black. The wheels would be black.
Yeah, I mean the way.
Yeah, and I suspect that these will be. There'll be a lot of that in it.
There's going to be a lot of that, yeah. And you know, the thing is that surprisingly with this show, Ram and FCA, the whole thing, they've come on really strong because Chicago is usually a truck show, but there's been a few interesting basic cars that have popped up, including, of course, the SRT, which is right behind our cameraman. Go check it out. Yep, it's over there. See the white one?
So the way these press conferences work, and the reason we're over here and not over there, is because they use the vehicle as kind of candy
to bring in journalists,
to bring in and breakfast actually.
And breakfast,
here.
Yeah,
but they do a lot of kind of company PR ahead of time. So they talk about how many units they sold. They talk about the history of the brand.
Right.
And you know, it's kind of a lot of PR. So we thought this would be more interesting than giving you.
Yeah, just tell you what's going on as opposed to sitting there. But
it's not there. Let's go show. We'll wait for them to unveil it, then we'll go over there. Let's go show them the
SRT.
Yeah,
come on, guys.
Yeah, we'll show you this.
Now we did a video on it, but for those of you who didn't get a chance to watch it yet, there it is. And we can tell you that almost every single person at TFL is looking forward to getting their hands on this car. And yes, I called it a car because, as far as I'm concerned, this is basically an all-wheel drive wagon. And it's got, well, go ahead and look here. I recognize the hood. That basically is a clone of the one that's on our Hellcat. Same type of inlets and exterior components on that. SRT vehicle, all-wheel drive. Basically take the Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT and stretch it out so it has one more row of seats, and that's basically what you have.
I think they just unveiled one of them, but we'll wait for them to unveil both of them.
Yeah, because it was too many people right now.
We did the video and there were a lot of questions about this vehicle, and some of the questions were, of course, whatever happened to the Jeep Trackhawk?
You know, it's a crazy thing. Jeep right now is on some sort of weird hiatus with rolling out their vehicles, and that could continue. Hopefully we'll hear more about that, and also the next Wrangler at our Easter Jeep Safari.
Yeah, I think, you know, the Trackhawk just went off the radar, so I don't know if they gave up on doing an all-wheel drive Hellcat. All the buzz is about the Demon right now.
Yeah.
And, you know, this is not a demon, but it's certainly an all-wheel drive that has 470 horsepower. That's pretty impressive.
Now here's the crazy part about this. We were told a couple of years ago that the Durango was on the chopping block, that they were going to get rid of it. And I think the reason why they mentioned that was because they were going to introduce the Wagoneer and the Grand Wagoneer. But that also was pushed back. So I think they're keeping this going by having the special edition version, which brings the people into the showrooms, and eventually they'll walk out with one of these, which is a regular Durango.
Yeah, you know, Nathan, I was trying to think of cars that compete with this. Can you think of a car that actually competes with this?
With 3 rows?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the Audi Q7, they might
But
have
not much power, not 470 horsepower. Somebody in one of the comments said the Range Rover. You know,
yeah, that's right, because you can get the Sport.
But the Range Rover is going to be twice as expensive as this.
Oh yeah.
And the third row in the Range Rover is it's as rare as hen's teeth. They say there is an option for that, but I've never seen.
I've never seen one in person.
Yeah.
And the other thing about the Range Rover is that this is built for the street, so it doesn't go off road. As such, they didn't really have to put in the heavy suspension. I suspect that this will be faster.
Yeah. Well, it'll be louder for sure.
Which is cool.
Well, he's still going on. Let's see what else there is here at the booth before we head over there and show you those 2 special edition cars. Of course,
that's kind of interesting.
There's some news on Viper. Did you read the latest on Viper?
No.
Viper. They confirmed that they're going to stop production in August, and I think they're sold out, Nathan. It's about time, right? Because when it first came out, I went to drive the Viper. Nobody wanted it.
Yeah.
There was no automatic for the old guys, and it wasn't selling. And then when they did the ACR version, which we'll walk over there.
Come on, let's have a look at these.
And set a whole bunch of different track records, the thing all of a sudden started selling. Right? It was crazy. And now it's being produced until August of this year, and it's completely sold out.
Well, what's the prime thing about marketing with merchandise? You tell somebody that you're about to stop selling something, and people are going to flock and want to buy it. And rightfully so, in this case. That is a cool car.
Yeah, give him a walk around, would you?
All right, come on.
Yeah.
Actually, the interior is one of the issues that both Roman and I have to a certain degree, because you have to duck down to actually look through the windshield.
But what makes this car so fast is just this vast amount of aero, right? You've got 1, 2, 3 different front end spoilers, and basically this car sticks to the ground like it's glued to the ground, and that allows for not just incredible cornering, but also incredible track times. So there's enough power on the straight. The downside having too much aero is it slows the car down, right?
Yeah.
You're pushing the car down. But this has enough power to overcome that, so it's fast enough in the straightaways, and then with all this aero, it just sticks like glue in the corners. I'm not a huge fan of this car because I don't fit. I have to drive it like my mom, so my head doesn't fit. There's also a lot of compromises. Basically, your head is about 20 degrees cooler than your feet.
Yeah, that's true.
Side pipes. So as an everyday driver, it's a bit of a pain in the butt. But as a race car,
You know, a lot of people have asked the question of why don't they put the Hellcat engine in this vehicle? And I think that there was a point in time where they were considering it, but when sales were really sloughing off, do you invest in this vehicle or do you wait until the next generation? Now, they haven't officially announced anything, but it's been said by many people that this vehicle will come back, that they will be building a new Viper.
You know, the Viper, Nathan, has been resurrected a number of times, right?
Yeah, it's like a cat. It's got 9 lives.
Yeah, so I figure, you know, if I'm being kind of a cold marketing guy,
yeah,
I think announcing that it's going away and then 2 years later bring it back is going to build a lot of buzz as opposed to just keeping it going. So I kind of foresee that this is not the last of the Viper.
You know what's really funny? We actually have a little weird connection with the Viper because when they were testing the new version about 4 years back, or was it 5 years back, they were testing it at high elevation, and we were with Tommy, and Roman practically threw him out of the car. He said, you know, get the camera and go! And there's the Viper, completely undisguised for the very first time that we saw it, and Tommy was able to do a really good orbit of it before he split. So it was kind of cool to get that, and you know, that's what we do. We like to chase down.
So when I got to drive this for the first time, it was at Sears Point. I forget what it's called now.
It was
Sonoma
raining.
Raceway. It was like pissing down rain. The bottom of the track was completely washed out, and they gave me a right side driver, and he was a French guy, right? And I'm not one of those. Imagine there's only 6 Vipers in existence at this point, and that raceway is scary. And I'm not a race car driver, nor do I pretend to be one.
Right.
And so Chrysler gives us this come to God talk about don't crash one of the 6 cars, and I'm not one of these guys is going to be tweeted around the world because there's all these journalists there when he puts it into the wall, right?
Right.
So there's nothing for you guys to learn from me, ringing this out because it's not going to happen. So I'm in the car, and this French race car driver is like, I used to race with Alton Senna. I'm like, oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
And then I'm terrified of this. So hopefully, yeah, they're unveiled. So let's go give them a close-up view of the two special editions. And by the way, guys, we're here during the press days, which is basically a time when only press can get in.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then we're going to be out of here right when this is done. We have to go back home.
We would love to meet with you guys, but we've got just videos to edit, stories to write. And so I've been coming here now for 5 years, 6 years.
Yeah.
I've only actually stayed once for the regular days. It's just hard.
Okay. It says no connection.
No, we're still live. Yeah, we're still live. Hey guys, we're still live. Sorry, we lost the connection.
Hey, Roman? Yeah. I got to stop for a second.
All right, I'll meet you. Yeah. Yep, they're blacked out. Show them. Yeah. Give them a walk around.
Starts life is a 2017 Dodge Challenger 392.
Actually, come here. We'll listen to it.
So the 485 horsepower Hemi V8, Brembo brakes, performance suspension. Very capable vehicle to begin with. The shaker system was designed and developed by Mopar, so these come to the Mopar custom shop to be installed. And while it's there, we were like, hey, this is the perfect opportunity to take this car to the next level to create the Mopar 17. And that's where we start with the paint job. This is a show car finish. I can't stress that enough. This is very unique. We hand apply the paint. Everything's done by hand. The masking, the paint process itself, everything gets re-cleared, buffed to just an absolute great shine. This car's actually been dirty and somebody already messed it up.
I can see a couple of little scratches.
The black is a little bit tough. If you want to come over here, I'll show you guys under the hood. This is our billet silver black combination.
Oh, and there's
So,
the number.
This is the badge. So these are our cars. So there's 00 of 80. Little thing to commemorate the 80th anniversary. The shaker system, we actually even painted the shaker scoop itself. This is normally a matte black. We made it see pitch black as the car, so it blends in real nice. Comes with the Mopar cold air intake. In this particular instance, it's very hard to see, but if you can get your camera down in there, you can see that there's a duct that connects this directly to the headlamp.
Okay.
So we're getting air. Not only is air coming in through the shaker, it's also coming in from the fender well. It's coming in from the headlamp. It's coming in from like the Hellcat.
Yeah.
It's a little different system. They're not the same. So this is actually a new part for just for this vehicle. These here are the new strut tower braces that were made just for the shaker applications. One on each side helps tighten the vehicle up a little bit.
Yep.
On the inside, you can see on the back of the seat rest, everything's done in tungsten, matching a very subtle and very striking look. And then the tungsten Mopar logo on the back seat in the suede.
Uh-huh.
Back over here to the rear. Borrowed again from the Hellcat black exhaust tips. Make everything kind of fade in. And then the Mopar design badge here on the again painted in gloss black spoiler.
So only 160.
80 of each.
80 of
Remember,
each.
it's the 80th anniversary, so 80 and 80.
So,
Yep.
So, are any of them spoken for yet?
They have all actually been allocated out to dealers.
Okay.
So it's very important to reach out and find one. There's more info on blog.mopar.com.
Okay.
And but they're all already allocated to dealers, so you got to find a lucky dealer that got one.
And have you announced pricing on them?
$55,790 is the base price.
Okay.
And does that include, I assume it does not include destination?
It does not include destination, taxes, fees, any of that.
And when you say base, what are there some that have more?
There are options available
okay.
with any
Sure.
vehicle.
Yeah.
So
And are you building them to order? So if the dealer I guess you did, yeah.
the dealers do have some ability to customize and pick the different options. The thing is, it's very these vehicles are going to start shipping in March.
Yep.
We can, since this is such a manual process, we're only able to ship 2 to 3 weeks. So this thing's going to be going throughout the entire summer, delivery to our customers.
Actually getting it out there. Well, thank you very much. Really appreciate it, man. Thanks.
Pleasure to see you again.
All right, guys, there you have it. The Mopar Special Edition Challengers live from the Chicago Auto Show. Thanks for joining us. As always, this is Roman. I think Nathan is out there writing more content, getting more stories. If you guys are interested in more news from Chicago, just click. You know what? I'm going to put that link down here. Click down here. And don't forget to subscribe to TFL Now, where we'll be doing a lot more of these live videos now that YouTube allows it. Thanks. See you guys next time. Ciao.